Those of you who are considering between the A4 or the the Passat B9 Highline, all right? If you are considering between these two cars, what I can conclude for you is this: the A4 is definitely more comfortable, all right? Its interior is prettier. It's definitely pretty. The design is beautiful. It's just that um, I think the color combination of everything in black gray just makes it feel not so exciting. And but in terms of specifications, the B9 beats this hands down by far. You know, it has a more powerful engine. It has the better 6-speed DSG transmission, and the B9 the B9 Passat has much better specification, and that is, I don't know. Yes, we can argue that they don't compete on the same segment, right? Audi is supposed to compete with the 3 Series and the Mercedes and all that. But no doubt, I saw a lot of people asking, they know these two cars came off from the same company. So 50,000 difference, all right? Audi gives you a prettier cabin, a more premium looking cabin. It loses out in specification, and the ride is way more comfortable than the Passat B9. And whether the car looks better, maybe this one is the low spec A4. It doesn't have any sort of body kit, and then the rims are small and all that. So the B9 actually looks more interesting, I would say. It has better engine, better drivetrain, better specifications, better interior room. This one is sporty in how it looks in terms of its profile and all that. Decent space, it's comfortable, it's big. Compared to its rival, it has a beautiful dashboard, very well built, and nice to the touch. But you don't get a full MMI. You don't even get reverse cameras. This car, when Audi launched the new A4, right, it has class-leading features available. It has traffic jam assist. Traffic jam assist is when you are stuck at Federal Highway, you on traffic jam assist and then you rest, touching your steering once in a while, and the car will slowly inch for you. It won't hit the car in front. It won't go into the drain or whatever. It will keep itself in its lane until you're done with the traffic jam. That is such an important feature for Malaysians. And if the A4 has that feature, you can spec your A4 to be the high spec and sell it at 300 over 1,000, and then people will still buy it because that's proper premium. There's something that people don't have, right? And I tried the semi-autonomous system of the new A4 in Venice. It's fantastic. What it does is that you on the lane departure control, it will keep you in the lane, and then you on the dynamic cruise control, which adapts to adaptive cruise control or something like that, which won't allow you to hit the car in front, and then the car will just drive itself. And then once in a while, you only need to touch the steering wheel. And then if you don't touch the steering wheel at all, or the brake pedals or anything, right, it will give you a first warning. And if you ignore it, a second warning, which will be louder, and then a third warning. And then after the third warning, it will have a short countdown timer that it will off the system. However, when they turn off the automatic cruise control and all that system, right, it will still keep the lane departure control. What that means is that if you try to be a naughty, you just try to fool the system, right? You don't touch anything, right? After that, it disables the adaptive cruise control. It will still keep you in the lane, and then it will off the throttle until you slowly grind to a stop, and then it will on its hazard light. Fantastic system. Imagine you are a diabetic sufferer, and then halfway driving you just slap, and then the car will slowly follow the lane until it grounds to a halt and on the hazard lights. The A4 has all these features, class leading features. None of its competitors have all these features. I hope Audi Malaysia is able to bring that in, because it will give so much confidence to your salespeople in showrooms, because my car is better than all of theirs. Let me show you how, And if it has quattro, they can show customers how, rear wheel drive will lose traction, front wheel drive will lose traction. All the Audi selling points is not in this car, except the excellent build quality and the amazing comfortable ride. Other than that, it doesn't stand out against its competition in whatsoever way. It's not as costly as some other players, but it could have been better spec. And yeah, everything is nice. It's comfortable. It's a very nice car to be in, and there are no ergonomic flaws. Every surface, this leather stitched surface, is comfortable to my calves. It feels so good. Nothing gets in your way. It's the frameless rear view mirrors. Everything is just nice. Everything is lovely. But for Audi in Malaysia to grab even a meaningful market share, the product has to be better. It's a good product. It has a good base. It's just that I'm not sure about this strategy of trying to go price war with BMW and Mercedes-Benz, because you will never win the price war. You have your proposition. You look at the Q7. When the Q7 first came out into Malaysia, it's 700,000 ringgit, and people buy it because it's big, it's brash, it's cool looking, and it's 700,000. There are a lot of rich Datin Datos out there. For them, buying a 700,000 car is nothing, right? People buy the Q7, and then there are so many of them, right? And then now that you have a new Q7, what Audi Malaysia did, they downspec it. It doesn't even come with a panoramic roof. And just because they try to go price war with the CKD X5s and all that. And what happened? When all these Datin Datos who have owned a Q7 back then, they look at the new one, they look at the interior, which is like this, black grey, black grey, black grey. And then they look at the price. What? You want me to upgrade by spending 200,000 less? No. They just don't feel like it. Then what they did, they spent 1 million ringgit on the Range Rover. That's what happened. So many Range Rovers are running around where I really don't see many buying the Q7, because it's never about price. When you try to fight with price, you hit a different target group, and then which those target groups aren't looking at you anyway, and then you are in limbo. You are in the middle, whereby you try to appeal to this group where they are attracted to BMW and Mercedes-Benz, where you lost your initial group, which you could have appealed to them. So I really do hope Audi Malaysia can properly position their cars, and carve back the niche that they have. These people want to buy something different because it is like that, and it has its own unique selling points that no one else has. Audi has, Audi has Quattro. If Audi stuck with Quattro adamantly, all our cars has Quattro, then the communication is consistent. When you run your campaign, Land of Quattro, you show the car in rain, in mud, and everything, in all these kind of conditions. If all your cars across the board are Quattros, you only bring in Quattros, then you have a very consistent brand image. You have a very consistent communication that you can always use to attack your competitors. But now you couldn't. I mean, yeah. I like the brand. I like the brand. I like their products. I like their ideology. I like their execution. You know, they no Audis ever do anything bad. You know, they're spacious, they're comfortable, they're ergonomic, they are well built. You know, they drive well, they serve the everyday customers perfectly. So in that respect, I just hope that in terms of product positioning, it could have been done in a different manner in Malaysia, because admit it, you do not have the dealership volume, the dealership network. You don't have the network. You don't need to go to the low hanging fruits and try to fight there, because yeah, I think that's my verdict. I like the car, but I just hope I want to see Audi Malaysia sell more cars, you know, than what they do now, because their products deserve it. It's not like this is in any way a flawed product. What is a flawed product? A flawed product will be like the Jaguar XE, their first foray into challenging this segment, and then they screw up the rear seats, which is unusable. It's totally unusable. I don't understand why they didn't even do a benchmarking when they designed the XE. It became so cramped that a normal you can't even fetch proper adults on a long journey on a four-door car. How can that be, right? And then there is a lot of um, material quality flaws in the XE, which is just so disappointing, because I like the brand a lot, and I'm very happy with the XF. It's very spacious, it's very beautiful, but again, the interior build quality of the new XF is one step behind the previous XF. It's like they start to plan how much money they can save if they sell this number of cars, and they forgot about they need to sell this number first before they reach there. That's what happened to Jaguar. Alright, too long a rant. I think this video is too long. I think the editing will be like shit for me. Alright, cheers.